Hey guys, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff so you get notified of when all my content is uploaded. Hey guys, and welcome to another video. And before we get into this, let's take a reminder of the stand-ins from last week's race. And we can see there myself up in first position with 504 points, and unfortunately my three closest rivals, two had DNFs and one didn't start the race, and then high grade there in fifth, he also had, if we remember from our last video, he ended up going into crew kit there. So for me, that's a great situation to be in. 2 races to go. We just need 70 points to clinch the championship, and hopefully we can do that here in Zolder. But let's just go through the standings up to 10th place. We've got Rick Idrasnot there in 3rd, Crew Kit 4th, High Grade 5th, GT Devious, E-Captain Kirk, Flabs, my brother there in 9th, and 10th we've got Fly Sky DHK. Moving into the team stand-ins, we've got ourselves in 1st position, and then it's super close with 2nd and 3rd, so anyone's game. Mathematically possible. Clockwork Orange there in 4th can still take the championship there, but yeah, I believe this one's between 2nd and 3rd and ourselves, so really looking forward to the next 2 races to see who's going to come out on top there. Looking at the qualifying results from round 7 practice at Zolder, you got Jazzman and Sfel just in another league, and Car Person there in 14th. He can get into those low 27s, which, yeah, for me that's very difficult to do. My best time round here is 1:28.8, but normally I'm down in the low 29s. But as you can see there, from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, it's all covered by 0.3 of a second, and then you're moving on to 8th, 9th, 10th, yeah, and then it goes down. So my brother there in 13th, lucky number for me, but yeah, he is racing in amongst quite a few of the tier 1 guys in here, still getting used to the game, really enjoying it, but I said to him, keep practicing and you'll get there, because it wasn't that long ago that I was racing around here in the 130s, and it took me a while to break that barrier, and now I'm down in the 129s, low 129s. So we're going to have a look at my qualifying lap here. So we're approaching the final chicane. Important to get a good exit off this chicane, because it's a nice long run up the start-finish line. So as we're approaching the end of the straight, we're braking at the 3rd board on the left, coming in. We're not taking that 5th gear, we're keeping it in 4th to keep the car stable. And again here, we don't take the 4th, so that we only take the 1 gear down. I'm probably losing a 10th or 2 through that section, but I find the car more comfortable to drive. Braking at the path there on the left hand side, swinging it into the right, keeping on the grip level there on the tarmac with all the rubber down. You can see the dark tarmac there, braking down to 2nd here, and we're not jumping the chicane as some people do. I just find that too risky. And just braking just before the dot line there and swinging it in, cutting as much of this chicane as possible. Quick upshift to 2nd, and then just floor the accelerator all the way through over the bridge here and down the other side. Braking at the lamppost there on the left and swinging it in, getting the right hand tyres into the curb there and straightening it up to come into the last chicane here. And this one's quite difficult. There's loads of different areas you can brake. I'm braking at the 100 metres on this occasion, trying not to touch the curbs and just touching either side of them, and then flooring it across to get across the line with a 129, 106. Moving up to the start here, we're trying to get as close to 43 as possible as per usual. and as the lights go green we just floor it. And coming up to the first braking point, just keeping an eye as Assetto cuts across right in front of us, and I have to take that first gear. Normally I'd go through there in second, but I had to take the first gear because of the aggressive move from Assetto. Quick driver, and probably didn't want me to get in front of him, as we see the sunset over there in the background of the Zolder circuit. But yeah, we're just concentrating on what's in front of us now, trying to get a good clean lap in for the first lap. And we always take first gear for this chicane on the first lap. Our tyres, brakes, everything is cold. If you look in the mirror, yeah, that's why we take the first gear. We brake early, and now we realise we've got a nice gap to the guy in fourth there, Cyrax, and we're just trying to keep everything clean for this first lap. This first lap here, first couple of laps at any race, is always important as we go off into the grass, which is not what we want, but we haven't lost that much time from previous experience. Just trying to keep in touch with the leaders here. We know that these two are going to go off into the distance. They're very quick drivers, and hopefully one day might be able to give them a battle. But at the moment we are in our own race with probably the people that are running behind me, although I am after the first lap 2.1 seconds in front, and look at that, 3 seconds off those guys in front of me, ZAZZA, who's in a different league. So as this plays out in the background, we're just going to introduce the race. This is round 7 at Zolder, practice session, but tomorrow night we're going to the full race session, which will decide the points of the championship. Obviously we explained all the points earlier, but I'm super excited for this one. My first season leading the championship, I would never have thought that this would happen. At the beginning of the season I thought I would have been a mid-tier driver, and I find myself at the top of the standings, so I'm very humbled to be up there, and I just hope that tomorrow at a track that I love, that I will be able to win the championship. The race is a 1.5 hour race with refuelling allowed and 1 mandatory pit stop. So as you can see there, I took on 80 litres of fuel to start off with, and then I work out at the pit stop what I need. I think it's 83 or 86 on the second round of pit stops. But yeah, 1.5 hours, track temperature's 19, air temperature's 19, and I've been pretty lucky with the championship. There's only 2 tracks that I had to learn, and that was the Nürburgring and next week's Silverstone. The rest of them I pretty much knew, but what I would like to say, guys, is I'm new to all of this, so in my videos you may spot some mistakes, and I'm trying to get the videos out as fast as possible with the time that I have. So you will spot some mistakes in my videos, and yeah, that's just me. I do strive for perfection, or I did strive for perfection, but unfortunately if I tried to perfect every single video that I put out, I wouldn't get any videos out. It's just as simple as that. So I've had to, in the meantime, sort of rein that in, because like I said, I just haven't got time. I think everyone knows we've all got things going on, etc. I'm learning how to edit on the PS5, so each week I'm trying to bring something new to the videos, whereas before my videos were all on edited on my Mac. So trying to get used to the transition, etc. has been quite... It's been okay. It's just getting used to something different. I will do some videos on why I transitioned over from Gran Turismo to Assetto Corsa Competizione. I've kind of been delaying that video because I think it's going to be quite a it's going to be a controversial. People are not going to like the reason why I transitioned, and I've been kind of avoiding that subject. I want to do a few videos on review for the Fanatec wheel, because I've had that over a year and a half now, the V3 pedals, and I feel like there's some information in there that I can get across in those videos, especially a fix on the disconnects of the Fanatec wheel. I had 3 months of pure pain where the wheel was disconnecting all the time, and Fanatec, oh my god, Fanatec customer service is just second to none, and I want to get that out in a standalone video, so you got those to look forward to. I also want to get out a couple of videos a week, so I'll be doing a video on the practice sessions, and I'll be doing a video on the season races as well, so you can look forward to between 1, 2 or 3 videos a week, depending on the time and depending on what races I enter. And then moving forwards, guys, I really want to get a PC, and I probably will get one towards the end of this year, between September and December. I will probably get a PC, and I will move across from console PlayStation to PC racing. So as you can see, we're stretching out the gap to the cars behind, 5.5 seconds, and the cars in front are stretching the lead out over me by pretty similar gap. So stuck in the middle here, so we're going to move it forwards onto lap 19, 1 hour into the race, and if we can keep an eye on car number 14 on the track map, looks like car number 14, which is Jazzman, and car number 89 coming into the pits there. So after half an hour of racing, Jazzman and Esfel peeling off into the pits. I feel like, I'm not sure what I think this is like a reoccurring thing. They kind of, Jazzman and Esfel, they know that they're going to win or be there or thereabouts, and probably looking for some guys to race against. And yeah, I feel like that they introduce the race and then they peel off and allow everyone else to carry on, or maybe they are just using half an hour time to find their pressures, etc. Although the times they're putting in, they don't need to do that. I feel like they've got everything sorted there. So because of that, we do lead across the line now. So it's myself in first, Matthew in second, 8.4 behind, and our Slicker a few seconds behind him. So I'm a bit under pressure. Even with 8 seconds, half of that can go, if not all of that can go on a botched pit stop. So let's move forwards onto the pit stops. As we're coming down to enter the pits, we're using the curb on the right hand side. At the very end of the curb, we're braking, bringing it down into first gear, squirting it across, and then trying to get down to that 30 miles an hour into the pits. And we took on 80, and let's see what we move up to. I feel like we put 86 in, and I think we were left over with a bit of fuel towards the end. And actually making this video is good for me, because I forgot what it was. So 86 is what we put in. Let's check that out, how much fuel we've got at the end of the race. So we've put in 80 and 86. As we come in, we hit our marks and straight up into the jacks and waiting to be serviced. Fresh tyres on, lollipop up, and off we go. So we're keeping an eye out to see where we come out, and I think Rudy's going long on this one. My brother's still out there. In fact, I came in early. I could have put a bit more fuel in and tried the overcut, but I came in early and got that pit stop out of the way. and off we go for our second stint. And guys, this is pretty much me to the end. We remain in this position, it's tit for tat, but we will move forwards towards the end now. So here we are starting the final lap with 19 seconds to go. We cross the line and we are just taking it easy. We're not doing anything crazy. Best lap of 1:29.5 in this second stint. We've been in the high 29s. The cars felt really good as we transitioned from the daytime or the sunset into the night time. We've got lights on now, and there's probably a couple of things that I could do to tweak the car to make it a bit more better. I found that with the previous practice sessions that I've done, I've reduced the front right tyre from a moderate graining down to light graining. I've still got light graining on both front tyres, so I'm trying to maybe find a couple of tweaks to have no graining at all, but that might be my driving style, and I might have to iron that out with different techniques, etc. So coming around the hairpin here, trying to get it into the near side curb as we accelerate up to the final chicane for the last time in this practice session, and under the banner we go, trying to keep it neat as always, taking a bit too much on that right hand side, but yeah, coming across the line with a 1:30.3, very similar to my last lap. So coming down here to a stop, let's take a look at the finished results here. So we have myself after 60 laps in first position, Arslicker behind, Rudy in third, my brother in fourth, and as you can see guys, he started down in 13th. Now people have disconnected for all manner of reasons. They might have crashed and they're not happy to continue playing, using the practice session. Anything can happen, and that goes in the race as well. Keep racing till the very end, because you never know where you're going to end up. There's going to be people that are fighting for positions and they will crash into each other and you will pick up some decent points. So guys, if you've liked the video, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel to get notified of when I upload all my content, and have your fingers crossed for me for tomorrow night's race. It could be, I've got one hand on the cup, but we're trying not to think of that too much and put pressure on ourselves. We're in a very good position, but as I said, like the channel, subscribe, get notified, and I will see you in the next video where hopefully I won't be spraying champagne, but we can celebrate a little bit together. So thanks very much guys, see you in the next one.